In today's video, I'm going to be talking about our journey with ASD and in particular our experience of Echolalia and Palilalia. So Echolalia is, it almost says what it is in the name. It's like having an echo when you speak. So for us, the way we first discovered Echolalia, it was before Max was diagnosed with ASD, before we even had an inkling that he had ASD. We knew that he had a speech delay and we were exploring why his speech was delayed. And it was at the time that we were in a really bad place with everything. We didn't know what was going on. We had people like friends and family and colleagues basically telling us that Max was just naughty and we needed to be more strict with him, which we used to just be completely baffled by, because if we were any more strict with Max, it would have been child abuse. There is, it would have been physical. That is the only other way. We tried everything. And it turns out that the reason that this strict parenting, didn't work is because he's autistic. So during this time, I did make a video on our journey. It's a little bit emotional. I will link it up below, so go and check it out if you haven't seen that video already. But during this time, that was when Max was his most echolalic. Basically, we would say things to him and try, to almost want a yes or a no or just a nod or a head shake answer. But in return, we would get an echo of exactly what we had said to him. So if we said, Max, pick it up, he would look at us and say, pick it up. It was the first time he actually put words together, and we thought we were getting somewhere with his speech because he was copying what we were saying. But that's because that's the only thing his brain could allow him to do. He didn't know how to choose his own words, so he would repeat what was said to him. We honestly thought it was him being naughty. I searched through loads of photos, videos, loads of hard drives, trying to find an example where Max was echolalic or palilalic even, and there aren't any. And the reason there aren't any videos of that is because we thought Max was being naughty, or we thought it was weird, so we deleted them, which makes me so upset, because now we could have showed people, we could have helped other people, but we had no idea what this was until much later, and it's just such a shame that we didn't keep it. If there's one piece of advice I can give to anyone that is at a similar stage on their journey, please do not listen to other people. You know what is best for your child. The medical professionals and you are the best people for your child. Your friends and family who don't see the ins and outs of every day and don't understand ASD, will not be able to give you their best advice. They'll be able to give you advice, of course they will, but it won't be the best advice you can receive. So please, if you have a gut feeling, go with it. I really wish that we had, because we would have these videos, but moving on. So yes, basically Max would repeat everything that we would say to him, and especially if he was doing something he shouldn't have been doing, and I would say, stop that, and he would then look at me and say, stop that. I mean, when you are a parent and you're trying to discipline your child and you're quite cross that they're doing something they shouldn't be doing, to then have that reaction was really hard. It was so difficult to understand what was going on, but we just had no idea. So after the echolalia, it did taper off. The more Max did start to speak and develop his own language, the echolalia did taper off. And then Jake said to me one day that Max is whispering under his breath, like copying his own words, and that, in a nutshell, is palilalia. He would say something like, go to the toilet, go to the toilet. He would then repeat what he was saying himself, but almost whisper it afterwards. And it was like he was trying to confirm to himself that he'd said the right thing. It was quite surreal, especially after we had moved on from the echolalic position. We'd moved on. Max was developing his language, and by now Max was diagnosed with ASD, so we did have a much better understanding of echolalia, but I had never heard of palilalia until Max started doing it. And I've later found out they do go hand in hand. So if you do have a child who is showing echolalic signs, or does have echolalia, you may find that later on they have palilalia, and perhaps vice versa. I'm not really sure if that's the typical way it manifests, but that's the way it certainly did for Max. So in a nutshell, echolalia is where people repeat what you're saying, and palilalia is where they repeat what they are saying shortly after these things have been said. If you do have any questions, I would be more than happy to answer them. Please just leave them in the comments below. I'm certainly no expert. This is just our journey and the way it has presented to us. But like I say, if you do have any questions, I am more than happy to answer them. I'm really sorry that we don't have any videos to show you with examples, and I don't really want to put anybody else's videos in, because I don't think that would be fair. But yes, I am more than happy to talk to anyone if you need any advice or help. If you don't already, please subscribe to our channel. It's growing really nicely now, so thank you to everyone who does currently subscribe. Please give this video a nice big thumbs up for me if it has helped you, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.